it's something brand new that I haven't done before, and it's something that you have to go into your account once you purchase it. And so I'm just kind of showing you exactly how that works. So I've got my account, I'm signing in, and then right here you will get what you're looking for. Now I have 2 memberships. I have the How to Play Piano in a Band and then the Full Scoop on Chords. And so if you decided you were into the Full Scoop on Chords, this is what it would look like. And here I've got 4 different modules, like I said, 4 different scoops. And right now the first scoop is completely finished. The second scoop, I'm working hard. It's just about there. I had to take time out to work on this webinar. And then I've got, yes, I've worked really hard over the Christmas break on all of these, and now I'm just getting them all together. So I want to walk you through the first scoop today so you can take a look at what's going on here. So first of all, I have a little video of me. I'm not going to show that to you right now, but that basically walks you through what the whole program is about, what this course is about. And then I purposely try to keep things neat and tidy, because once you know what's going on, you really don't need all of these instructions. But at first, you're probably going to want to hit on these plus signs just to see once. What are Clipit quiz cards? And I'm going to take you through that right now. And then you're going to have to print a few things, but not very much. And I will show that to you. But here is the meat and potatoes of the course right here. It's a selection of slides that I created, and then...
So what's a chord?
There's also videos.
A chord is 2 or more pitches stacked on top of each other. Now a triad is a chord with 3 pitches.
So you'll see me, and what I think is
like
maybe valuable too...
Chords with 3 pitches are called triads, but I'll be using the word chord from now on instead of triad. Both names.
I think what you might like as well is you'll see me teaching in action I'll have some tactile tools. And so what I want students, anyone who's taking this course, I want them to look at the visuals, but also look at the video. It's kind of a mix of both. So I know there's a lot of information on each one, but it can really help.
There are truckloads of different ice cream flavors that call for different ingredients. And chords too have unique flavors, which we call qualities. Now these flavors are qualities.
And I think this is what really helped my students.
2, 3, 4. So between C and E is 4 half.
So I did, used enough manipulative so they could really see where the half steps were between those major and minor thirds. And so then I just keep going, talk about the chord symbols, and then we end with that C, A minor, F chord progression. So that's the meat and potatoes of the first scoop. But then I want students to be able to show their knowledge. And so I created something called Clipit Quizzes. And Clipits are these little clips that I've kind of ran across. And I think one of the best ways is for me to just play this video.
To test your knowledge of chords. Now you can access Clipits in 3 different ways. One way is to download the double-sided version and then print them off, and I chose to laminate mine. Or you can download the digital version, which then you can add to your mobile device. This is my iPad, and I imported the PDF version of this into an app called Fourscore, or you can access the cards on the website where you're at right now. Now, one of the things that you need to do is you have to print off the cone zone card. And that's because that's where you're going to record all your answers as you take these quizzes. So here is quiz number 1 of 4. And what you're going to do is you're going to read the first sentence, which says chord with 3 pitches. Then I'm going to go here on this side, and I think triad is the right answer. Now, triad has a green triple dip ice cream cone in front of it, so I'm going to grab a green Clipit. I'll make sure you grab your Clipits and you make sure that you have colors to match all of the different triple dip ice cream cones. And so I'm going to put a green Clipit on cone number 1 because I feel like that's the right answer for this first question, number 1. Now, number 2, name of the bottom triad pitch. Well, that happens to be root. So that has a yellow triple dip ice cream cone. So I'm going to put a yellow Clipit on cone number 2. And number 3, is name of the middle triad pitch. That is a third, so I'm going to grab a black Clipit and put that on number 3. Now, keep going and make sure that you answer all 8 questions. Then, once you're finished, you flip over the quiz card and you want to see how you did. Looks like I did pretty well. My green Clipit matched the green triple dip ice cream cone.
So that's what a Clipit quiz is, which is it's a very tactile way and it gives instant feedback. How did you do? And I have tried this out with my students. They really like it. They liked the challenge. They liked the idea of, putting things on something. It's in this digital world, it's something that takes them back to something physical, but it's not quite writing things down either. So I'm happy to answer any questions on Clipits right now. If you have questions, I have my cards right here. This is called the Cone Zone card. So do I have any questions or shall I keep going? No questions. Okay. So if you don't want to, well, first of all, here's the deal. You don't have to print them all out if you don't want to. These are the quiz cards right here. So like I said, if you print out the Cone Zone card, you could take the quiz right here in the actual module. And then your students could just, you slide to the next one and they could match to see how their ice cream cones, if their ice cream cones match. So that's one way that they can know that they're doing well at understanding all of this important knowledge about chords. And then if there's no Clipits and you don't have a printer, whatever, there is a quiz. There's a Google quiz that they can take just to make sure that they know all of their the answers that they need to before they move on to the next module. So those are 2 ways for course takers to see how they're doing with their comprehension. And then what's really neat about this whole setup, and this is again something in Squarespace, that's my format that my blog and my site is at. They offer this member area, and now it's really easy for you to just get in touch with me. Hey, I noticed that this needs fixing or whatever, you can let me know. Or if you've got an idea, hey, can you add this? Can you do that? This is a very fluid environment. And then I think what's really neat about all of this is that I can continue to add new bonus content as we move forward. I don't want to clog up this area. This is the space. This is where you're taking your course. But perhaps you as teachers would like to see bonus content, and then that's where this is stored. And so one of the things I have here are customized drills in Tenuto. Now, if you're not familiar with Tenuto, that's an app that can be downloaded on iPad or your iPhone. And if you don't have that and you're on a computer, if I click on this, it just took me to a challenge that I created that correlates exactly with what the students have just been learning, or the course takers have been just learning about chords. So that would be a major triad. And am I going to get all major? No, diminished. Okay, so all of those are in here. And again, just reinforcing those concepts that were just talked about in the first scoop. And then I have any digital escape room games that I have right now on my site. I will correlate those. Now, unfortunately, those don't come free with this course, but any other digital escape room game that I happen to create around chords will always be free within this environment, this full scoop on chords, and any other activities that I can come up with. Those will always be, part of the subscription model. And then I've got apps that I recommend if you are looking to supplement things. And these will always be added to. If I think other things, I can go back in and add them. And then resources for creativity, and then teaching tools. These are just different things that I have used. Right now I'm using Flashy Fingers by TCW to review chords. And then I've done weird things with solo cups before to explain chord spelling. Easy blocks, I love those. And then I also have worksheets here, which I have to upload my chord search. You're getting the chord search for free today for attending You think word search, but you're looking for chords instead, or triads. And then something cool that I've added here is when you are ready, here's a good little test for you to know all your chords. So I've got a backing track that I uploaded from iWill Pro. So basically you're playing all the major, augmented, minor, diminished around the circle. And when you can play your theory like that, you know your chords. So that's kind of a fun way to just really get to know them. And I feel like, you can, I don't know, fill out 1,000 theory pages, or you can play your theory. Guess what's going to stick? It's going to stick when you play it. I do think it's good to write it, but again, I think being able to play through it is going to really help. And then again, if you've got any suggestions for what to add, or this is missing, this isn't working, whatever, you can get in touch with me really, really easily through those forms. So that's what I'm excited about this, because this is a place where I'm going deep into one topic. I'm not going to talk about, basically reading or pitch recognition. Those things are going to happen, but this is all based around chords. So now there was one more poll I wanted to ask about, and this was your students' understanding. How well do your students understand chords? So I'm going to launch this once, just out of curiosity, how you're feeling about their chord knowledge. Yeah. I think we're all about the same, And again, when they play those cadences, do they know what that G7 is? And I will explain it over and over and over again. And I'll just tell them, don't worry, I'm going to have to explain it again, because they're not going to know exactly where that comes from. It's just a hard thing. But inversions make things convenient, right? Then we can grab chords more easily. And that's how I like to introduce inversions, is you're sliding between chords more efficiently that way. And I don't even use that word inversion right away. Okay, so I covered the things that I really wanted to cover. I just want to thank you for participating. I'll share the results here. I want to thank you for being here. And I just want to say that I do understand, let's see, I'm going to stop share here. I do understand, and I really thought twice about the fear of subscriptions. And now I'm offering a subscription model myself. And I went back and forth for a long time, but I feel like, number one, chords are so important to me that I wanted to create something that my students would be able to use, and I could default to that. Here, you go. This will really help you. So really, I'm treating it like a flipped classroom approach. I also feel that my online students, we just don't have time to talk about things like that. So if I'm able to direct them to this course and say, hey, do scoop number 1, I know what they're going to come back with knowledge-wise. And it's different than an app, because I can tweak it. I can move things in and out. I can add things. So I'm very excited about it. And I feel like it's good for adult musicians, anyone who is just looking for, confidence in their chord understanding. I think it could be for our students, like I said. And like I said, teachers who are looking for off-bench activities, this is a great off-bench activity. And that first scoop pretty much lasted a half hour. Most of my students watched the video and then took the quizzes, and they did that all in one sitting in about 30 minutes. And so I'm happy to answer questions now. Anybody have any questions?